Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hometown Cable High School Soccer Action. This is Wild Bill Chase for Hometown Cable, bringing you championship soccer. It's the Seton Catholic Knights facing off in beautiful downtown Saranac against the Northern Adirondack Bobcats and boys Section 7 Class C championship game. Well, that's what you see on the field, folks. Snow, it's a cold, windy night here in Saranac. The officials for tonight's contest are, we've got Mr. Tom Lacey, Mr. Gary Kaiser. The alternate official is Mr. Jerry Kowaleski. They are going to, I believe, introduce the starting lineups and play the national anthem. Then we'll get underway. We'll be back with the starting lineups. Okay, Bill Chase back here for the opening kickoff. I guess they've going to forego the starting lineups. Get right into the contest. Bobcats are coached by Mr. Don Moulton. Mr. Tahar Zandi is the head coach for Seton. He is assisted by Mr. Barry Norton. I'm not quite sure if Jerry Hamlin is on the sidelines over there with Donnie Moulton. Seton has the ball to kick off. They are going towards the high school. NAC in their away uniforms going towards the bus garage. Seton, the higher seed, the Division II winner, and highest seed in Class C, Section 7. Both teams getting here as a result of big victories in semifinal games. Seton prevailing over Lake Placid by a score of 6-1. That game took place right here at Saranac. And the Bobcats prevailed over the second seed. The second seed, as we watch Jeremy Scott have a tough time with the first shot. Sable Valley by a score of 9-1. Those games both took place on Tuesday night. It's November 1st, a Friday night soccer upon Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network. Last time these two teams met, it was a 0-0 tie, played at Seton. NAC did a nice job of keeping the Seton offense on the outside and not really getting any quality scoring chances at the keeper, Jeremy Scott. Seton is without their starting keeper, Wade Studley. He's ineligible to play due to academic reasons, I believe. Dewey Trudeau will play. Zach Welch steps around Dan Relation. Welch, he's out of bounds. Longino throws it in. Number 24, that's Hammock for Seton. Seton's offense led by Mark Rabideau and Chris Roach. Bobcats offense, Zach Welch chipping in up front with Welch, Lee LaValle, Andrew Siskavich, Andrew Sheehan. Outside halfbacks are Brian Trombley and Ryan Leduc. The defense, the stopper position is Justin Gardner. Outside fulls are Mark Decos and Corey Bilo. Sweeper, Sean Burke, and we've already introduced the keeper, Jeremy Scott. Dan Relation, he plays an outside halfback. I believe both teams play a 2-4-4 type of system. Gardner, his kick. Longino, he's an outside halfback. Mike Siskavich is the stopper. Jeff Norton is the sweeper. The other outside, Longino's an outside full. Luckin is the other outside full for Seton. Rabideau, Roach up front. Looks like we got Zondi and Hammock in the middle. Relations outside halfback. On the far side of the field generally is Josh Potros, but I'm not quite sure if he's starting tonight. I don't see him out there. And then you see with the ball. That's high, kicked, top of the penalty area. Loose ball. Kicked out of there by NAC or Seton, but over the end line, so it's going to be a corner kick for the Bobcats. Welch, low line drive, hits the guy on the corner post for Seton, and they clear it. Ball to the outside. It's going to be run down by Trombley, barreling in there as a relation. He knocks it out of bounds. I guess the field was clear at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and when they started the final game of Class C, the girls, field was in pretty good shape. They got snow here this morning, but it had all melted off. But during that girls' final, which was won by Sable Valley by a score of 1-0, they won it in overtime. I'm not sure who scored the goal for them. They had snow during that game, and it's slippery conditions. Officials can barely see the lines, penalty area lines, the outside lines. Ball's out of bounds on the far side. It's a corner kick. The wind is blowing at my back straight across the field into the faces of the people on the benches, which are located across the field. It has just picked up this corner kick. The ball's blown out of position. Unfortunately, they're playing under these conditions where a man falls down. That ball's sent down the left side. It's Andrew Siskavich. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Seton throw far side. Appears to be Luckin taking the throw. Skipped off the head of Zondi. NAC picks it up. That's Andrew Sheehan. He goes back to Sean Burke. Burke sends one in on the Seton defense, but Luckin's there to get ahead on it. Leduc had the ball temporarily. Now we got a call against. Oh. Mr. Luckin kicked the ball away, and the clock has been stopped, and he's going to get a yellow card. Luckin kicking the ball away. That's a delay of game, and the official Gary Kaiser right on top of that. He hands out a yellow card and forces Seton. They're going to have to sub for Luckin. Here's the kick. Sent towards the net. Dewey Trudeau. He snags that one out of the air. Handles it with no problem. Trudeau's punt. Near midfield. That is Potras over there on the far side. Number 5, I can see now. He might have just came in the game, though, for Luckin. I'm not quite sure he was out there. That's bounced off number 10 by number 10. That's Burke bouncing it off Rabideau. Goal kick coming up. Hands on the back. Dan Relation pushing Trombley out of the way. You really don't. You're going to need to be finesse more than you are physical. Because physical play here tonight just might more likely get you in trouble than anything. Officials are going to look to compensate for the conditions. Calvin Castine, he's in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh tonight. Northeastern Clinton in the Class B final against Peru Indians. There's a call against NAC. Now we got a stoppage of clock because Zondi appears to be hurt, and Luckin's going to come back on. I'm not quite sure who came in for Luckin. I think it was Potras. The official, well, the timer was paying attention that time. When they wanted to stop the clock when they gave the yellow card to Luckin, I'd say a good 30 seconds ran off before they actually stopped it. Low kick. Welch picks it up. Siskavich on the heels of Welch. Welch puts it outside to LaValle. I think LaValle's got a toucan. Quite a few players out there with head apparel. They're going to need it. Wind's blowing. The other night standing out here, we didn't have this wind. It was a clear, cold night, but this wind can blow right through you here. The air is damp. I don't know why they didn't play this tomorrow afternoon. Maybe down at Seton. Got a handball? Yep, handball called against Seton. You got to shoot this right on net here. You can't mess around as far as I'm concerned. But we'll see. I won't be chipping it. Shoot it. He does. Just over the top of the net. And the score is still 0-0. Goal kick for the Bobcats. So it's probably going to be the team that can handle the conditions here they got to play under tonight. The best who will prevail. And there's always a good chance that both teams will do a good job. They've met. This is the fourth time these two teams have met, and it's the fourth year in a row that they are playing for the championship. Class C, Section 7. Seton winning the first two times around, the Bobcats prevailing last year. So the Bobcats are the defending Class C Section 7 champion. The winner of this contest gets to play one quarterfinal game, and if they win that, they could be Jeremy Scott. He has got to do a better job of coming up and not be giving up that big rebound. That ball's skipping on him and it's bouncing off him. It's dangerous there, and Seton almost had two people barreling in. Scott's able to cover up his own rebound. Brian Trombley with a nice ball. Welch, he blocks it. Seton defender. I believe that's Hammock. This ball stays in. It's gonna Longino. Can't save it. Another corner kick for the Bobcats. Welch gets a little bit more leg into it. Ooh. Somebody from Seton, the tall guy in the middle, got a head on it. There's the Bobcat player waiting right there. And that would be Mayville. Mayville with the head. Get the ball out of there. Okay, after tonight, I'm going to have to ask Calvin for a raise. It's going to cost him an extra Michigan or two. Trombley falls down. DeCosp being watched. Well, Rabideau, his shot. Jeremy Scott snagged that one. It's a shot, sort of semi-cross. Scott making the diving grab, make sure it didn't get through, because in case there was somebody from Seton barreling down that right side. Andrew Siskavich, nice ball. Longino, nice job. Ball skipping up on him. He heads it out of bounds. Actually, myself, I was hoping it was going to snow or rain, then I was going to stay home. Nice throw in. Ball's loose. But Andrew Sheehan, who scored the first Bobcat goal against the Sable Valley, he's stopped by Trudeau. Trudeau standing up and doing a nice job keeping that ball out of the net. So we've had a couple of scoring chances. Got 28 minutes left here to go in the first half. No score. First time this team played this season, Seton prevailed by a score of 4-0. That was in the preseason tournament. That championship game held at Seton. Then they played in the regular season game at NAC. Seton was winning at 2-1. They had come from behind. They were down 1-0. Ooh. Welch got away with one there. Official just out of position. No fault of his own, that is, of course. Ball moved up quickly on the field. You know, officials got to battle these conditions too. They've got to gingerly go up and down the field. And we got another stoppage of clock. Well, we got another yellow card. And I think it's Mike Siskavich. Coach Don Moulton is telling them to ask for 10. And being in the Association for Soccer, we've been told it's got to be the kicker asking. Welch chips one high. Ball's loose. There's a head. Ball's still in loose. Gardner got a head on it. Gardner again. He heads it towards the corner. Trudeau is there and picks it up. 2-3 guys getting heads on it. LaValle trying to chip that inside. He loses it. This goes to Sheehan. Sheehan, his shot. It's on net. Nothing wrong with that. You get a shot through like that, the dangerous ones, and if we've seen it at the other end, is the ones that are skipping up on the keeper. Jeremy Scott's had 2 like that. He's had a tough time handling. If you're outside and you've got a chance to shoot, you better shoot it. They say soccer's ballerina. It's like ballet on a field. Well, tonight you gotta have some ballet skills. Offsides is Dan Relation. Breaks early appear to be going NAC's way. Welch, that's Hammock. Well, forgot about that Bannister. Trombley, he fell down, not because of the player. He got all ball, Hammock did. It had to be Mike Siskavich getting that yellow card because Zondi came in the game and he's in his position. Number 22. Roach. Probably the biggest offensive threat in the CVAC is Chris Roach. LaValle, he bumps into Luckin. Ball's dropped back to Norton. Norton, I don't believe, was started at the stopper position, but he's worked his way into the lineup. Norton, he is does a nice job back there. He's a kid that panics, and that's just what you need. He's a very smart player. But Longino playing Welch tough. We got a trip called. Trombley ended up tripping up Relation, I believe it was. Zondi sends it towards the middle. It's over the head of LaValle. Josh Potrosh is there, watched by Ryan Leduc. Leduc gets it upfield to LaValle. Leduc wins that battle. Sheehan now in the middle. Sheehan, gotta give it up, buddy. Nice ball to the outside. Welch being watched by Longino. Longino's been playing him right on top of him. That's stolen away. We got some antics going on here. They got to play soccer. They want to win this. Keep your heads. Got to keep your head anyways. Give your team a chance, and if they happen to win, you want to be able to play in the next game. Andrew Shuskavich. Longino. He taps that away. Relation with a nice job to hustle it in position. Trombley knocks it out of bounds. We got to throw in for Seton. Well, Roach. We watched Rabideau uphand Sheehan off the ball. Got away with it because the ball moved up the field. And we got a corner kick coming up for Seton. Roach. Chris Roach taking the kick for Seton. He has to kick it into the wind. Nice head there. Shot. Ball's loose. Swing and a miss. And it's cleared finally. Seton not able to get a lot on it. Welch. That's a 50-50 ball, boys. We'll be looking for the ref on that one. Decos. He's there. Nice play by Siskavich. Put the ball over there, but Luckin's there to break that up for Seton. Good work by both teams here in the first 20 minutes or so. There's about 22 minutes left. Nice ball down the side. Burke clears it. Mayville makes a move. Mayville stepping in there. Potrosh tries to cross it. It's blocked. Burke now on the ball. John Burke doesn't get a lot on it. Mayville taps it back in towards the Bobcat net. Mayville retreating. And that's blocked by an NAC defender. Now the ball's here with Longino. Going inside. Hammett taps to Siskavich. Siskavich sends one into the penalty area. And Jeremy Scott comes out and corrals that ball, wrapping both arms around it. Potros, that skips over his head. It's on the foot of Leduc. Leduc's pass sent back up the field by Siskavich. Now it's dumped in on the Seton defense. Hammett gets a foot on it. LaValle, he slid over the ball. I have no way to describe that. Could see him sliding away from the ball. Corey Bilo with a nice defensive play, preventing Roach from being on the receiving end of that pass. Burke goes to Bilo. Bilo's got that strong left foot. Gets it up the field, but Mike Siskavich taps it back in the NAC end. Andrew Sheehan, left side. That ball's going to skip out of bounds. We got to throw in. Bobcats got a sub coming in. Quick restart. Gardner. His pass inside was blocked. That was by Mayville. Mayville now steals the ball away from Gardner. Sean Burke. He's getting some good kicks off tonight. He has a tendency at times to kick the ball straight up in the air. But he appears to be on his game tonight. Decos helped stealing that off the foot of Relation. Longino taps it away. But Welch goes inside to Siskavich. Siskavich, he could have split those guys. Could have been down that right side by himself. Longino. Relation. Takes down Decos, but Decos did his job, putting the ball in there. There's a fan over here down to my right side, keeps yelling every time NAC has a chance. Shoot it. Relation. There's Decos. Rabideau. Decos and Rabideau exchanging blows there, so to speak. And then the call goes against Decos. Free kick was for Seton. Relation chips it over to the right side. Looks like Scott's going to run it up and run down that ball and pick it up, actually. Jeremy Scott with the ball. Punt cross midfield. Potros got a head on it. Now NAC moving in. Nice ball inside, but Longino beats Welch there. I think the refs are doing a good job. Some of the fans down here expect, I don't know. They're calling what they need to call. In these conditions, you can't, sometimes it's a slide and just what it is. A slide in there. The kid don't do it on purpose. 17 and a half minutes left in the first. Trombley. Bobcats in their away uniforms. Bill McConey was asking, where did he get those shorts the other night? Hey, they said them are yellow. Well, yellow gold. NAC school colors. Green gold. Been for years. Norwood Norfolk, another school. Potros moving that ball down the right side. Potros. Not all finesse, but a hustler. And a lot of times, hustle can get you a lot more than you think. Got a goal kick. Subs coming in. Looks like Zondi's returning. Neither team is going to go too deep in their benches, I don't think, tonight. First game tonight. Final. Sable winning. The give and go. First game we were saying tonight was Sable prevailing over Ticonderoga, girls Section 7 Class C champion. Sable by a score of 1-0. That took place in the second overtime. There's approximately 2 minutes left in that second overtime. There's a shot. Goes wide and over the goal line. Goal kick. Green throw. Brian Trombley is going to throw it. He gets it over the head of his teammate, Siskavich. Now Trombley hustles in there. Bumps Relation off the ball. Siskavich sends it down. Longino, one of the first times he missed one. Now Norton, Comley, and Cooley gets it up to Zondi. Zondi tries to go to the outside, but gets kicked out of bounds. I find Gardner. Gardner, nice ball played off his chest. You got to kick the ball harder than that, Mr. Trombley. Siskavich against Siskavich there. Number 5 for NAC and number 3 from Seton. They're cousins. The ball's going to stay in. Come on, Jack. Zach Welch being helped out by a couple of teammates. I don't know what took place, but it appears to be an ankle. And he actually did cry out in pain. And hopefully he can walk it off and get back into this contest, because the Bobcats do need Zach Welch up front for their offense. Well, without Welch up front, you're just going to have to tell some guys to step up. We got a goal kick. Welch now steps around Leduc, or not Welch, Potras, excuse me. He goes inside to Mayville, back outside to Potras. This is inside to Rabideau. Rabideau taps it to Roach. Roach pulls it back. Roach still with it. He takes a shot. He scores! Chris Roach with the move, pulling it back, enabling him to get the low shot off, finding the corner, and it is a 1-0 game with 13:57 in the clock left during the first half.
Seton goal scored by number 17, Chris Roach.
13:57 left on the clock in the first half, and Roach, well, I don't know. Coincidental, I guess, but Zach Welch went down, and then Seton takes the ball down the field. That's all started by Josh Potras on the right side, moving that ball down. And some good passing done by Seton. Bilo steps up, doesn't let Roach get anything on that pass attempt. 1-0. Well, that's the first goal scored in a lot. We played 100 minutes. 0 of soccer with nobody scoring. Now we've just played almost another 26, so about 126 minutes. The Valley runs into Sheehan. Trombley runs into Relation. Zondi, that ball's going out of bounds. Rabideau. Indirect call. Set a high kick on Gardner. Oh, we see Zach Welch over on the sidelines trying to walk it off. He did hurt his ankle, I believe, the last time these two teams played. In the overtime, or early in the first overtime, and he never returned. Zondi. Those are the things. Teams that make the least mistakes. Relation. gets called for taking down DeCoss. And then the ball skips. Legino misses it, but Norton is there. Roach trying to head it up to Rabideau. Roach, he was able to pull that ball back on that goal he scored and gave him enough room. Low shot. It's in. They caught that keeper, Scott, going to his right. Ball shot to the left. It's a 2-0 lead. So Seton has scored with 11:04 still on the clock. And I believe this time it's going to be Rabideau with the goal and Roach with the assist. The NAC fans trying to warm up the team and themselves with a chant of NAC. I did see Welch start to run a little bit, but he's still limping over there on the sidelines.
Number 10, Mark Rabideau, assisted by number 17, Chris Roach.
Zondi sends the ball over the right side. Hustling to keep it in was Potras. He does. NAC player sends it out of bounds, off and looking. It'll be a throw in far side of the field. Siskavich on Siskavich. Andrew Siskavich takes a run at Michael Siskavich, and they're going to stop the clock and give him a yellow card. So Andrew Siskavich taking a run at his cousin gets a yellow card. And Andrew Siskavich is my nephew. And I think I've watched him play. Maybe this is my 5th game of watching him play, and I believe in every game that I've watched him play, he's got a yellow card. And things just seem to be falling apart here the last 4 minutes for Northern Adirondack. Seton has scored 2 goals. They've lost the services of Zach Quelch temporarily. Oh, Rabideau dangerously one-timing that one out of the air. Score remains 2-0 though. As the ball's kicked out of bounds, we've got a goal kick. NAC was playing a fantastic game up to the point of Zach Welch getting hurt. Zondi going straight up. Got a head on that. LaValle was right in front of him, but Zondi, being taller, used his size to his advantage. Gardner taps to Sheehan. Sheehan goes inside to Josh Strack. Cassidy Patnode out there now, also number 7 for the Bobcats. Patnode watching Luckin. Patnode hustling, good job there. Forcing Luckin to. Well, the ball's kicked out of bounds. Luckin throws it in. Class B winners tonight. They play next Tuesday in Potsdam. There's a shot on goal. Jeremy Scott handles that. 2 shots that have scored on him have been low and in the corner. The left corner, if I'm standing facing the net. That'd be to Jeremy's right. That second one, they caught him going to his left. And the ball went to his right. Strack goes underneath the Siskavich. Sheehan goes, or not Sheehan. Relation. Rabideau hustling, preventing DeCoss. Mark Rabideau preventing Mark DeCoss. He gets the ball down the left side. Gardner's going to shield off Relation. Relation kicks the ball out of bounds. Goal kick. Well, you probably can see it. It's starting to snow, folks. And you see in a hole, Welch, I believe, has returned. Yeah, I don't know if he's 100%. DeCoss gets the top of the ball. Zondi ran over it. Seton exerting itself here in the last 7 minutes or so. Bilo takes Chris Roach out. believe it's going to be a throw-in. I don't know if it was on purpose. Might have been one of them where it's just due to the fact that the field is so slippery. NAC down 2-0. They need a goal here in this late going to get themselves back in it. Give them some momentum. Welch. Handball. 3 NAC players there. Relation. He can't bust through. Gardner gets it to Welch. Welch. Welch taken down hard there. Wow. Gardner, his kick. Headed straight up by Potros. Norton gets a head on it. Cassidy, Patnote, and Luckin. They're battling that to run down the loose ball. Potros kicks the ball out of bounds. It'll be an NAC throw-in down by the Seton bench. Andrew Siskavich. That's not a handball. You can see that one from here. His hands are down on his side, folks. Ball played the hand, not the hand playing the ball. Burke does a nice job keeping the ball, kicking the ball out of harm's way. Subs coming in for Seton. Starting to snow hard. We watch the ball kicked out of bounds by Gardner. The diving Jeremy Scott was there. Scott really not having much of a chance on either one of those goals. No. I believe they'll take about a 5-minute break at halftime. Less than 5 minutes left before we got to halftime. This is Wild Bill Chase for Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network in Clinton County. High school sports covered by Calvin Castine and Hometown Cable. He gets help from his brother Sam. I help him out. Paul Gilmore has been known to tape a game or two of NAC. Tim Sheehan's done volleyball. Not only do they, well, just to let you know, they cover Shazy Eagles, Northeastern Clinton Cougars, the Northern Adirondack Bobcats, and at times the Beekmantown Eagles. But Calvin also goes out and covers community events, parades, town board meetings. 2 NAC people going after the ball. Siskavich takes out his teammate, and the call goes against him. Dave Hammock standing there. .24 white Hammock. He just went into the standing there and he pushed somebody. Good call by the official there. You could see Hammock get into the line down there that was set up by the NAC defense, and he did go in and push somebody. Maybe after the call, the call went for his team. He was actually maybe the producer of the call, so to speak. Zondi chips one inside the penalty area, but it's wide of the goal. It's going to go over the end line. Goal kick. Hometown Cable. Public access channel on the Time Warner Cable Network. Gordy Little, he goes out and helps Calvin with different things. You know, a lot of community activities covered by Hometown Cable. Subs coming in, the ball's out of bounds off Welch. There's Potros with a heads of steam. Mayville. I just have to almost laugh up here, standing here, listening to some of these fans, the comments they got to make. Every little touch or tap of any player that they happen to notice, they figure a call should be made. Just doesn't happen that way, folks. And then just to add to the conditions here, we've got snow coming down. It's picked up. And if you're an official, now you've got to look across the field. You're playing under the lights. That alone makes it hard to see a lot what goes on. And lights do not help an official at all. Ooh. You've seen NAC take out each other, and now we see Seton. Luckin sends it down the right side. Roach being watched by Bilo. Minute and a half left in the first half. 2-0 is the score. Mark Gravideau and Chris Roach have combined to score goals and actually assist on each other's goal. The Bobcats, I thought, came out all fired up, and they did carry the play, I thought, the first 20 minutes. But then Seton slowly started to take over the game, and at this point they were pretty good control with the 2-0 lead. Jeremy Scott did have a couple shots where he gave up rebounds. They bounced up on him.
1 minute.
He was able to keep those out of the net, but Roach and Rabideau got off 2 low shots and found the corner. Both went in the same corner. Burke. Sean Burke has played one of the better games I've seen him play. He is. That's off an NAC. Goal kick coming up. Well, the snow appears to be letting up a little bit. It was coming down heavy. Now it's possibly letting up. There's no reason this game had to be played, though, tonight. It should have been canceled. As far as, in my opinion. And it's my opinion, folks, okay? It's not Calvin Castine's or Hometown Cable opinion. Let's not get all upset over something I might say on here.
8,
I'm the type of person that calls it the way I see it, and sometimes people just don't like that.
3, 2,
Remember, it's my opinion. Foul against Seton. Counted down the last 10 seconds. And the Knights from Seton have the 2-0 lead over the Bobcats from Northern Adirondack. It's halftime of this championship game of Section 7 Class C in the year 2002. November 1st, we've got a 5-minute break coming up. Well, Jerry Kowalski's running over here yelling 3. We'll be back with the second half action after we got our 3-minute break. Now up to kickoff. It's kicked all the way into the keeper, Dewey Trudeau. They've switched ends, took a 3-minute break, pretty much. One of the smart things, you don't want your team to stand around and get cold. Potros coolly and calmly losing the ball. Actually, the cool and calm person was Corey Bilo. Ball bounces by Norton, but he's able to recover and get the ball up the field to Mayville. Mayville tops the ball outside relation. And the snow appears to be stopping now, folks. So the weather conditions are improving here at beautiful downtown Saranac. Wild Bill Chase for Hometown Cable. And Seton enjoying a 2-0 lead right now. Rather interesting first half. Yellow cards handed out. I believe all to Seton. 2 goals scored by Seton. Lee LaValle knocked down by Hammock. A direct kick. You got to shoot the ball. What are we doing? Oh, okay. Didn't have the ball in the right spot. Welch looks like he's going to take the kick. He skips one. That would have been dangerous if it had been on the net. Unfortunately, it goes wide, goal kick. It's over the head of Welch. Saskavich had it. Potros kicked it up the field. Now we're into the middle of the field. Hammock, he heads it. Hammock and Mayville, both big boys, got some height. Roach gets the ball down, gets it to Potros. Potros is shot. Blocked by Gardner. Some good work by Seton, and a nice play by Gardner to prevent that ball from moving up. It's a throw-in, I believe, down in the corner. Josh Potros. Oh, well, unless we're going to use the Bill McConey way of saying it. Shot towards Scott. Whew, he dropped that one. Scott, he's been lucky. 3 times he's had ones bounce up or away from him, and now he's able to recover. Poitras, according to Bill McConey. Or is it macaroni? No, let's go, Bill. You don't want to go there. I wanted to say it's not Chase, it's Choss. It's not Bill Chase, it's Bill Choss. Well, let's move on. Potros throws it up. Rabideau kicks it out of bounds. NAC throw. We're in the second half here, folks. High school championship soccer on hometown cable on this cold November 1st evening in beautiful downtown Saranac. Mike Saskavich hustling up. Him and Rabideau combined, get the ball under control. Potros, he's off the field, comes back on. Ball's out of bounds. All right, get back to ball's put in on Scott. I'd take time out and chew on my nephew's ear a little bit. I'm supposedly going to maybe get help from it, but kid has some talent, and at times his head can be his worst enemy, so to speak. Zach Welch, Mike Saskavich. Corner kick. Chance for NAC here. They need a goal. There was a great chance. That ball appeared like it was possibly headed for the far corner. Trudeau got a hand on it. Ball popped out in front, but then it was kicked wide. Goal kick. It's getting near 8:30 at night. This game was scheduled for a 7 o'clock start. Probably started a little bit after 7 due to the fact of the overtime game of girls final. Striked, knocks down Rabideau. And this rivalry will probably carry over into basketball. A lot of basketball players on both teams. Gardner, Welch, Andy Saskavich, Sean Burke, Josh Strike, Corey Bilo, Jeremy Scott, all basketball players. Chris Roach, Mark Rabideau, Luckin. Who else out there for Seton? Chilton, he's on the bench right now. I'm not sure if Mayville plays. I think he might be a hockey player. But both teams with this rather large contingent of basketball players in basketball season. First practices get underway next week. But the winner of this game will be without the services of some of their basketball players at their early practices anyways. Nice play by DeCoss. Somebody's stopping the clock for something. We're getting a yellow card somewhere. Yellow card on the bench at Seton. Ball sent out of bounds over our head. Nice ball. It's loose. And Trudeau actually missed it the first time. Andy Siskavich was taken down hard by his cousin Michael Siskavich. And on purpose. I hate to tell you, Michael, but personally, I don't like it. That's your cousin. You had no reason for it. The arms came up, and you did give him a shot on purpose. You deserved a card. I've been yelling at my nephew, Andy, to stay in the game. He's only going to help his team by staying in the game. Roach. He thought he was going down there by himself, but Corey Bilo getting up there. Getting a head on that ball, preventing Roach from getting it. Bilo. Loose ball. No goal, I don't think. I thought he signaled goal. Oh, they're going to call a charge or something. Oh, maybe it was offsides. I thought it was a charge called because they ran into the keeper, but it appears he was offsides. No goal there. Score remains 2-0. Andy Siskavich taking him down from behind. Well, I got a report. Yelling at my nephew didn't work. Told him he got to stay in the game to help his team, and he just got his second yellow card, and the officials give him a soft red. He's been put out of the game. Soft red meaning the NAC can still sub for him, but Andy Siskavich will no longer play tonight. The officials have done a good job of trying to maintain control, because pretty much a known fact that these teams do not like each other. Corey Bilo getting ahead on it. Longino looking to keep it in for Seton. Cross was by Roach. Zondi plays the ball down, kicks it outside. Roach is there waiting. Saves it, keeps the ball in. Stay low. Gardner. Gonna get called. No, things are not going NAC's way. Ball sent in to the goalmouth area, and Jeremy Scott picks it out of the air, rolls it out to Zach Welch. Sheehan. Roach applying some pressure. Longino sends it right back in. NAC, they need to maintain some more and get some composure here. Roach trying to step through there. He falls down looking for a call, doesn't get it. 26 minutes to go. The wind's picking up. Wind is picking up. I don't know how much longer I'm actually going to hang out here, because it just appears to be a lot of chippy play here going to take place. We're going to get our final shots in, and I tell you what, both teams are guilty of it. And I'm not one to stand here and freeze my rear end off to watch teams look to just go out and take runs at each other instead of playing the game of soccer. Seton and NAC, they've already done that once this year, and that game up at NAC, a 2-1 victory for Seton, pretty much was the testosterone level was high and out of control there, because they were just running around like a couple of mountain billy goats and button heads. And it appears it's taking on that nature now. Seton would like to get another goal and really put it out of reach. And NAC appears to be just hanging on. They've not been able to move the ball up. And going down at the legs. Oh man, this is... Well, we did talk in the association how the sliding tackle does not appear to be used that much anymore. Well, this Seton team uses the sliding tackle. And you can really get a good slide going on this snow and grass. Frozen grass and the snow there, it's slippery conditions. It's off the head of Zandi, out of bounds. Leduc sends that ball in on the Seton defense. It's cleared by Norton. Rabideau. Got a red, yellow card on Rabideau. I'm taking a little bit of break here and just watching, listening to fans and stuff. And I'll tell you what, I don't know which team is worse. I mean, I graduated NAC and my kids did too, but both teams are full of cheap shot artists. That's the way I look at it. The antics that are taking place after the ball goes up the field and the intentional intent actually to injure appears to be being taken place. And it's by kids from both sides that I would never expect. It's just so they're like different kids when they get on the soccer field. We've had at least a half a dozen yellow cards here tonight. Maybe more. I think Seton's got 4 or 5 and NAC has 2 or 3 of their own. Bilo. And NAC right now is completely out of this game. They have not made any kind of a push to get back into it offensively. Brian Trombley with the ball. Luckin watching him over there.
Come on, pressure!
Sheehan puts one in. There was a chance. Ryan Leduc was thwarted though by Longino. Mark Rabideau back in the game. Rabideau. Shielded off the ball. He got a shot in actually on Burke. Burke ran up the field and you could see Rabideau throwing the arms up. I mean, there's a lot of, just why I say this, there's a lot of turning of the backs and not even going head on to the, or they're sliding with their backs going into the person. As far as once you turn your back on a person and you don't have one intention, you hope, because you want to protect yourself, that you're gonna nail somebody. And you know what? The refs are doing the job of blowing the whistle, but neither team here is, I don't know, they don't seem to be getting the message. We haven't seen much of playing soccer here in this second half, especially in the last 15 minutes or so. Zondi getting off a bullet. Jeremy Scott, you didn't have much choice. You had to go that way and put a hand on it. That ball has picked up speed. Once it skips, it picks up speed. Snow's coming down. It's over the head of the keeper. One of the teammates for Scott able to get a head on it. Decos. Is that Decos or Strack? I think it's Strack. Decos got white underneath his shorts. Ball sent in. Headed out of there by Gardner or Bilo. Well, one good thing about basketball, they play it indoors. Winter sport. Letter to the editor not too long ago in the paper by the Plattsburgh State volleyball coach, or somebody associated. I don't know if it was the volleyball coach, but the ball skips into the hands of Jeremy Scott, making Longino. He has hustled tonight. I'll give him that much credit. Volleyball coach saying that volleyball in the high schools around here should be played in the fall. It's to enable the kids to be able to participate in the state tournament, because throughout the state, most schools have high school girls volleyball competing in the fall season, not in the winter season as they do around here. Then in the Section 10, they got it in the spring season. There we go. Relation running into the keeper. And you know, nothing worse than the guy that coaches at the JV level standing down amongst the fans and make a comment when a guy runs into the keeper like that. He tried to stop. Hey, you have to maintain control, and a coach knows that. You need to maintain control no matter what. That's the game. You lose you would inadvertently run into somebody, you're out, and the referee, in his opinion, you're out of control, he's going to call it against you. Potros racing in there in case there was a rebound. That ball was sent in by Potros' cousin, Mike Siskavich. Somebody there is it Mayville? Is tripped up. He had to put his hat back on. Potros, he's got his toucan. Sends it into the middle. Jeremy Scott prevents that pass from going through. Nice play by Scott. Nice play by Potros. Seton has dominated this half. Well, folks, there's 15 minutes left. It's 2-0. The wind is picking up. Calvin told me, he said, if the weather conditions are bad, don't worry about doing it. Well, I've done enough. My hands are freezing. My hand that controls the Zoom, the on-off, or the record. And I'm going to wrap it up here. Chris Roach and Mark Rabideau have given Seton a 2-0 lead. The NAC attack is not there here in this second half. And I'm going to wind it on down. Remind everybody, hey, Hometown Cable, still your ultimate high school network in Clinton County. We've got a offsides called. So, remember, basketball is starting. Northeastern did win. There will be a Hometown Cable school going on to state playoffs. It appears that Seton will hang on. I'm just I think it's a safe bet to say, even with 15 minutes left, it's going to take a major minor miracle for NAC Bobcats. Dewey Trudeau, he is standing down in the net and pretty much hasn't seen a lot of action in this half. So once again, everybody, Christmas is coming. Don't forget Election Day on Tuesday, Veterans Day. We got to honor our veterans. And remember, God bless America. Don't forget the victims of 9/11. Well, hey, let's hang on here, see what happens. Welch doesn't get called for a push. He had his hands right on the guy's back. Well, that time somebody pushed him. We got a chance here. Well, we'll hang around, just see what happens. That was a payback. Shot goes wide. Welch comes up limping. Refs have done what they could here tonight. Let's keep it under control, but got a lot of hard heads playing for both teams. Well, Bill Chase wishing everybody a good night. Stay warm. You get up towards Lime Mountain, Ellenberg way. Hey, the weather changes. Be prepared. All right. And good luck to all you hunters out there. And one more. Got one more. Got to say hello to Frankie Dumas. Go Notre Dame. The Irish. 8-0 to play Boston College tomorrow. All right. Take it easy, folks. Drive slow and have a good night.